Слово має президент України Петро Порошенко.
And President of Ukraine Petro Poroshenko to deliver a solemn speech. And we begin. Your Holiness, dear Ukrainian soldiers, dear foreign guests, my dear compatriots and Ukrainians from all over the world. 26 years is not a jubilee, but the 26 of the independence of Ukraine has become special. There have been some very important positive events which will be remembered by everyone. This year, Ukraine has successfully received ratification of the association agreement and the free trade area with the European Union. All European states have ratified this agreement. Moscow has tried to block this process, and Moscow has done much more to block the signing of the agreement some years ago. But we continue our work. On the 1st of September, in a week, the association agreement comes into force and becomes a roadmap for the reforms. And we have only one road. It's a wide Euro-Atlantic autobahn, which leads to the membership of in the European Union and NATO. Besides, on the 26th year of Ukraine's independence, citizens of Ukraine have received the right to freely travel throughout the European Union and to the European Union. The visa regime has been cancelled. The association agreement and visa-free regime, these are the evidence of the end of the link with the empire. The empire, which was called by US President Ronald Reagan, the empire of evil. And I hope that the Minister of Defense of the United States, James Mattis, will prove the correctness of President Reagan's quote. And they are Ukrainians who felt the empire of evil by themselves. This year, Ukraine has managed to finally overcome the shock caused by Russian hybrid aggression. The GDP grows, or the 6th quarter already, and the forecasts are positive, and the level of life of Ukrainians will increase. And we may firmly talk that the hardest things are behind. However, we don't know what the master of the Kremlin thinks. He sends those to the eastern Ukraine and says there is nobody there in the east of Ukraine, no Russians. Russia is afraid of successful Ukraine. However, moreover, Russia is afraid of Ukraine itself. Therefore, the Kremlin invents some kinds of new Russia or Novorossiya or Malorossiya. What could we say? They may think or do everything, but we have our own job. And this is our answer to Russians. There is no doubt that, in spite of all the difficulties, Ukraine will be successful, and Ukrainians will be successful. Our independence is a chance we can't lose. We are looking in the future, and we are going straight forward. Look at this square, not on the tribune, in the street. You can see the real elite of Ukrainian society, our protectors, and guarantees, and those who guarantee our independence. Let me repeat the things I told yesterday, opening the exhibition of military equipment and arms. The equipment is standing here for everyone to see it, to see everything in this square. However, the strongest thing in our army is our warriors. There are 42 heroes of Ukraine now, and I can call the names of the 43rd and 44th. Lieutenant Vasil Tarasyuk, 24 years old, protected the Avdiivka industrial zone in eastern Ukraine and the hottest spots. And the 44th hero is Captain Yevhen Loskot, who stopped the Russian armed forces column near the town of Shastya in eastern Ukraine. He blew himself up by the grenade, having shouted, "Glory to Ukraine."
Про присвоєння їм найпочеснішого звання, підписане мною сьогодні. 200 учасників параду,
200 participants of the parade
державними нагородами за фронтову звитягу.
are
200 тисяч
rewarded with state awards.
через 6 хвиль мобілізації.
200,000 people
100 тисяч
have survived the mobilization.
пішли служити за контрактом. 130 тисяч воїнів з бойовим досвідом. 130,000 warriors are being mobilized in case the war continues. Це армія, яку підтримує весь український народ.
It is the army the whole Ukrainian people supports. It's the people's army.
Шановні співвітчизники,
Dear compatriots,
ми схиляємо голови перед пам'яттю героїв.
we bow our heads commemorating the heroes who gave their lives to a peaceful future of Ukraine.
Клонимося,
We bow our heads to every Ukrainian family
яка втратила
which lost
чоловіка
husband,
чи сина,
son,
мати
mother,
чи доньку.
or daughter.
З особливим болем саме в ці дні згадуємо,
These days we recall the heroes of Ilovaisk,
їх підступно атакували
who has been cruelly attacked by the Russian army,
на нашу землю.
who entered the territory of Ukraine without announcing war.
Вічна пам'ять,
Eternal memory to warriors
які полягли в боях за вільну, незалежну
who have been killed in fights for independent Ukraine, free Ukraine.
славу. Прошу вшанувати хвилиною мовчання
Let's commemorate Ukrainian warriors
і
and
мирних
peaceful
громадян
citizens
України,
of Ukraine
які загинули
who died
у війні,
during
що
this
її
war with a
розв'язав
moment of
російський агресор.
silence.
Загалом
This war has been
понад
started
10
by
тисяч
Russian
українських
aggressor.
життів
More than 10,000 Ukrainian
на
lives.
совісті агресора.
More than 10,000 of Ukrainian lives is Kremlin is responsible for. We will never forget, we will never forgive.
Бойові прапори схилити.
Пливе кача по тисині, пливе кача по тисині.
Дорогі українці,
My
це
fellow
вже не
Ukrainians,
вперше, коли Москва намагається придушити
it's not for the first
українську
time over
незалежність.
the past 100 years Moscow tries
Нагадують знамена, які
to
силами
cancel
нахилили
Ukrainian
Україні
statehood.
парад. І прапори першого українського полку
Ukraine
імені Богдана
banners,
Хмельницького,
which will be opening the parade, prove it.
третьої залізної
These are
дивізії
banners
армії
of the
Української
1st
Народної
Ukrainian Regiment, Bogdan Khmelnytsky Regiment, and the 3rd
Російською
Railway
більшовицькою
Division
ордою.
of the Army of the
Вони
Ukrainian
билися ще на
People's
початку
Republic
минулого століття.
prove it.
Є
These armies were
три
fighting
головні
Russian
висновки
Bolshevik forces at the beginning of the past
української
centuries.
національної революції минулого століття, які варто знати кожному. Ми маємо бути сильними.
We have to be
Приділяти
strong.
належну увагу своїй армії.
We have to pay decent attention to our army, not to feed the foreign army.
100 років тому
100
це
years
зрозуміли
ago,
надто пізно.
the authorities 100 years ago understood it too late. We have to be united,
Навіть найміцніші мури
and
впадуть,
the strongest walls
якщо
will fall
всередині фортеці панує
in
внутрішній
case
розбрат.
inside the fortress
100
there
років тому
is no unity.
Саме він став причиною втрати
100
держави.
years ago, absence of unity became the
Але
reason of losing the
Ще давні
statehood.
мудреці вказали, мужність творить переможців, єдність.
But the ancient wise men told
Ми маємо
that unity
шукати
makes
і
winners.
триматися за союзників.
We have to find the allies. Of course, 100 years ago, we were left with Russia alone.
Тільки ті нові держави,
Only those countries
які
survived,
мали належну
which
зовнішню
were
підтримку.
supported from abroad.
Тепер все інакше.
And everything is
Я
different now.
впевнений в нашій армії,
I'm sure that our
вона
army
є
is
в
great.
найкращій формі,
It is
ніж
the
будь-коли. І це, до
It
речі,
is the best army
оцінка
Ukraine has ever
європейських
had,
аналітичних центрів.
and this is the evaluation by European analytical centers. But we have much work to do to strengthen the army, to modernize the army, to make it comply to the NATO standards. We are now searching for the ways to hold Russian army, the greatest in the continent and the third in the world. And Ukraine is ready to give its answer to the aggressor, in case he tries to make an offense. However, Ukraine is trying to resolve the problem in eastern Ukraine and in the Crimea in peaceful and diplomatic way. I am sure that our allies will help us, and it is very symbolic that representatives of the armed forces of the United Kingdom, Georgia, Estonia, Canada, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, Poland, Romania, and the United States participate in the parade as well.
І нарешті я впевнений в тому, що нам вистачить розуму і сил, щоб політичну боротьбу всередині країни
I am sure that we'll have forces and people's support to hold the political struggle within the country, inside the country. It is important that the enemy will never be able to tear us apart. The fifth column cannot raise its head, and it is important that we don't destroy ourselves in the political clashes. The Russian aggression made us the single political nation. All the villages, all the towns, all the cities, all the people have united in the single patriotic family. The civil society has appeared. They are patriots. I respect them as a key ally in conducting the reforms. We know the real price of freedom, and our independence, which was approved by the referendum and protected by the people, is the best thing.
про наші старі проблеми і нові виклики.
Therefore, we have a great day, so the talks about old problems and new challenges, we will talk about them tomorrow. It will take place, but later.
Прямо зараз.
But we have to keep to our moral
Любомир Гузов закликав ставитися до
headlights.
України.
The late
згідно
Cardinal
заповіді Божої,
Lubomir Huzar
шануй
asked
сина
everyone
і матір.
to respect Ukraine as own father and
В
mother.
широкому значенні це національна родина.
Ukraine is a national family, and we have no other.
І треба сказати
Everyone has to
собі,
say,
я народився українцем,
I am Ukrainian, I was born Ukrainian. It was
і я
the
маю
God's will,
обов'язок дбати
and
про
my
свій народ.
duty is to care about my people.
Це настанова не лише для влади,
And these words are not only for government, they are for the entire society.
також наголошував. Якою буде наша рідна
The
Україна,
future of Ukraine depends on every one of us.
кожного з нас. Україна буде такою, якою ми її зробимо.
Ukraine will be exactly the way Ukraine's future will be exactly the way we form it, we make it.
Незалежність в надійних руках нашого
Our
покоління.
independence is protected by our generation.
26-ю
I
річницею
congratulate everyone on the 26th anniversary of independence of Ukraine.
Слава українському війську!
Glory to Ukrainian army.
Слава Збройним силам України!
Glory to the armed forces of Ukraine.
Українському народу!
Glory to Ukrainian people.
Україні! Слава!
Glory to Ukraine.